You ever wondered what it'd be like to be an actual dinosaur? Well, don't. I'm here to tell you it absolutely sucks. And today I'm gonna tell you why it particularly blows to be an Allosaurus. You see, in the age of the dinosaurs, there were a lot of jobs, but being an Allosaurus wasn't one of them. Yeah, that's me. Say it, don't spray it, lady. Okay, we also had those sweet arms, long and elegant like Fredistairs, but they were pretty much just as useful. Try as I might, I could never figure out how to use them to do anything except occasionally help me up after a particularly bad fall. Some of my cousins were faster, like the Udoraptor, but I'm talking about as regular old Allosaurs. We couldn't catch up to our prey, but our prey couldn't shake us either. Turns out that being a chubby herbivore was the best way to go in the age of the dinosaurs. Just ask the sauropods, they were huge, happy, fat little sausages, and we couldn't catch them even if we wanted to. Plus, there was just so much more food available for them. As a meat eater, I spent most of my days searching for food and most of my nights wondering if I'd find enough to eat. Imagine being stuck in the middle of a long-distance race with Usain Bolt and your grandma. Not fun. The worst part is we didn't even have the most dazzling display of teeth and claws in the Cretaceous. That honor goes to the spiky, toothy, many-fingered Ceratosaurus. Oof, at least he knew how to make an entrance. Mostly, they just got in my way when I was trying to hunt. She stomps onto the scene 5 million years later, and suddenly I'm irrelevant. Like, bro, I walked so you could roar. And she did roar, and then she ate everything in sight, including her favorite snack, the Triceratops. My own freaking kids would totally eat me if I tripped. I mean, parenting in the Jurassic was not it. So yeah, being an Allosaurus wasn't exactly terrifying. It was like being a prehistoric middle manager, loud, stressed, and always overshadowed. Speaking of which, at least we Allosaurs didn't have to worry about a giant carnivore snatching our favorite meal away. Why? Because no self-respecting dinosaur would eat a Triceratops. They tasted like beef, but had the consistency of tire inner tube. Delicious. We weren't apex predators like the mighty T-Rex or even a decent land mammal like a sauropod. No, we were kind of in the awkward in-between stage, a job-searching meat-eater stuck between the life of a herbivore and a truly scary carnivore. Not the delightful, beautiful music of Jurassic Park, but just a bunch of other Allosaurus yelling for no reason. Honestly, it was annoying, and inside our skulls, our tiny little brains were getting smaller and smaller over time. That's right, we went from having this much brain to this much brain, and that doesn't bode well for our species. One minute I'm minding my own business, maybe thinking about how much bigger my brain used to be, and the next minute I'm chasing my own tail like a confused chicken. Kind of makes you wonder if all those chickens running around with their heads cut off are actually just velociraptors who failed their intelligence test. Don't get me wrong, we had some sweet perks, like being related to the T-Rex, basically its awkward older cousin. Speaking of hunting, let's talk about those claws. They were perfect for slicing through flesh, but they looked like salad tongs. Not exactly cute. Imagine trying to pick your nose with those things. So it's hard to find a mate. Being a walking, talking salad bar isn't exactly a turn-on. But it gets worse. Allosaurus lived in a world of screaming. Not only were we basically ditzy blondes, we were also pretty frickin' slow. We Allosaurs were definitely not the most terrifying carnivores around, but that title belongs to the T-Rex, a true diva. And while we're on the topic of food, let us just say that being a meat eater in the Jurassic sucked because a plant-based diet was way better. The worst part about being an Allosaurus?